Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is youth against murder. And we're fortunate to have with us to talk about a very, very timely topic, Ms. Clemmy Greenlee. And of course, Ms. Greenlee has been with us on many, many occasions, and she's been responsible for bringing by individuals to help deal with some of the topics that we're dealing with. And Ms. Greenlee, what I'd like to do this morning is to first have you to give some information in reference to your activities and some of the things that you've been involved in, and then you can give Mr. Langston as well as Mr. Moore an opportunity to make some statements in reference to who they are and why they're here this morning. And then I think that will sort of get us out of the first 6 minutes of this particular show. Let's do it from that perspective.
Okay, well, first of all, just let me thank God for being here another time, and thank you for allowing me to come back. You know, I've been here a lot of times about talking about Stop the Violence, talking about my organization, Nashville Peacemakers. I had a young lady come to me and ask me, Ms. Greenlee, do you have a place for young people to come? Because we want to stress about how we are fear with this violence now. And I said, yes, you know, you could use my facility. And they said, well, it's a bunch of youth. And I said, well, that's what I need, because the youth is the one that's going around doing the violence, and I want to talk about what it is that we could do to help you guys. But we need to hear you guys now, because I always come on here with older people, and that's fine. But now it's time for me to bring the young out and give them a chance to hear their voice, since we can't be brought to the table to express how we feel from anyone else. So I've been out here for a minute, and these two young men that sit next to me, they know me. They've been out here for a minute. They're very well known in the community by a lot of people themselves, and not just by through crime, but just good things that they have done in the community. So this is why I'm asking them to come. I want to hear on a man prospect about what it feels like out here with this violence and what could change. And then we always labeled about all the black men's doing this and doing that. I want to just kind of bring a different look on it, and why I think that we can, you know, solve some of this. So this is who I have with me. I have Mr. Langston. He's very well known from the community. He'll tell you about him. And then I have Mr. Moore, who's we go back a long way, and I just feel like they have something to share.
Mr. Langston, let's have you to sort of give us some information in reference to your background, education, and your experiences, and why you are here this morning with us, and Moore will do the same.
Well, I'm from Nashville, a native of Nashville. I lived on every part of Nashville. I'm mostly known out of the south side of Nashville. I was good in sports coming up. I was a great football player. You know, I had opportunities, but I chose the wrong path. I done over a total of 8 years incarcerated. I'm only 27 years old now. So the reason why I'm here is because I know it's possible to change. You know, it's not gonna be easy, but it's possible, you know. So I'm basically with the movement. Miss Clemmy, she's with the movement. We actually out here, foot soldiers, trying to get things going. But, you know, it's things that we gonna need, and it's things that we gonna need people to understand in order to get to where we're going.
What about you, Mr. Moore?
Well, I'm Chauncey Moore. I'm from East Nashville. My feelings on a lot of things are not where they need to be, because things are not where they are supposed to be. I linked up with Miss Clemmy Greenlee, and I thank God for her. Our community is starving. It's starving to the point, man, where a lot of people don't understand where we are really coming from. People have to realize and understand that this generation is different from the last. The things that you implemented, the things that you chose to do and say then will not work for the youth of today. It's like having a job, and every day, you know, you go to this job and you expect your employee to give you what it is to do your job.
Yeah.
So when you don't have the things that you are expecting to do your job, how can you do your job? If you have no way to do it, then, you know, you resort to other things, other ways of doing it.
Very good. And so, Ms. Greenlee, what we're saying here is that we do have two young men who have been around. I think Mr. Linkson said that he had been away from us for 8 years, and et cetera. And so he has experienced some of these things, and he's got a lot of information that we need.
Yes.
And I think that being a member of the Youth Against Murder, they can indicate that that is